Jones, the lefty, found herself in a prime spot on that nail and pulled it.
McMahon with a big hit. You're getting late, right ahead of the minute mark. It's a three-possession game. Ohio State could use some turnovers here.
UCLA has done such a great job of throwing behind that second line of Ohio State's 2-2-1 press. And then they have no other option but to fill in behind it.
Rice zigzag. Nothing there on the finish. Out of bounds. And the Buckeyes will have it. Down 3 scores. Ohio State 9-1. They've won 9 straight since the season opening loss to USC. Lauren Betts, her 5 blocks, her career high. There's a lot to do with that, protecting the rim tonight.
Yeah, big time. I mean, those 11 rebounds as well, 8 of 11 from the floor coming into this game, shooting 77% from the floor.
Quick one for Sheldon. Ohio State within 7. And there's the foul. Sheldon reaches in.
I have to like the fight from Ohio State, but the steadiness of UCLA once they fell behind early, found a way to get themselves some strong traction, some offensive production, got some stops on the defensive end, switched some things up, some zone, some matchup, switching 1 to 5.
Oh, 92%. She'd only missed twice all season. And there's the 3rd miss for Rice. Make it an 8-point game. And she corrects quickly after the rare miss. Half a minute to go. Ohio State got to work quickly. Trying to get it back into the hands of Sheldon. Taking a lot of time here. 10 seconds have ticked off. And the foul away for Sheldon to keep Ohio State in it. We're going to add a couple seconds here. And Doug Osborne went down.
Looks like she may be dehydrated as well. I mean, these two teams have been battling it out. So Cody McMahon go down and get stretched out in the same way. Just that push off and that jump up in the air, and that's when you see she's wincing right away with that right leg.
Charisma Osborne down for UCLA. We were talking about USC, and that's the one loss to this point for Ohio State after Hawaii on Thursday. Couple of matchups with the Trojans right there in the forefront of early conference play in the Pac-12.
Well, Juju and Kiki matchup twice in a couple of weeks. Get your popcorn ready for
27 points a game.
I mean, that's insane. I mean, surpassing Lisa Leslie in terms of how many games over 27 she's had to start her freshman year. Just consistent excellence by Juju.
Well, for Ohio State, that game on Friday, you can watch it on Big Ten Plus. That'll be Kylan McGuff, the daughter of Coach McGuff, coming to her home city, and then that game at Michigan on Fox right after that.
How about that? I'll be at that game at Michigan on the 30th, and that's going to be a really good game. Big Ten competition is right in front of us. Can't wait for that.
It's a little tease, isn't it? The early conference game. You got to wait a little bit.
A little appetizer, also quench your appetite.
Oh, when you get non-conference matchups like this in between that Big Ten opener and them, you're good with it, right?
That's what it's all about. You love to see it.
Sheldon just made this a 6-point spread. 22.6 left. That timeout, UCLA gets to advance it into the front. Rice had it stripped. The arrow is with Ohio State, and it is a jump ball. So the Buckeyes get the turnover instead of sending the 92% free throw shooter Rice to the line.
And there's no quit in the squad.
Quick basket here, look out.
Still time.
Both teams are shooting bonus. Arrow goes back to UCLA once this is inbounded. Ohio State needs one right here in the hands of Sheldon. Gives it up, right back to her. Sheldon on the attack and took a lot of time to get there. Put back goes, but with 7 seconds left. 4-point game, Rice gets it away to Osborne, and there's the foul with 4.2.
Man.
14 seconds later after that ball got back in the hands of the Buckeyes.
How about that? Tried to go quickly, and then Sheldon missed on the initial opportunity, but followed it up. Look at the scoring right now in the last 8 minutes. Connor Lamb, 26-8. And give credit to both teams. Right? UCLA has withstood that kind of a flurry. But Ohio State didn't quit, just kept chomping at the bit, kept fighting for it.
You know, doing it against a really good team, obviously. UCLA, #2 in the country, still unbeaten.
The ebbs and flows in this one have been really fun.
And Sheldon with 4 seconds left. 2-possession game. Sheldon at the horn, and that'll count. But this one belongs to the UCLA Bruins. The #2 team in the country stays unbeaten, holding off that late surge for the Buckeyes.
Yeah, it was just a fantastic showing of discipline by UCLA, not to be doubting when they were down 10-2 to start the game. An early timeout by Corey Close got them rectified and back on track. They got to the offensive boards, got those second chance opportunities. +10 in the paint at halftime. But it's the extra opportunities, right? It's the extra possessions gained by those offensive boards that I think were the X factor for UCLA to come in here on the road and get a big win.
They are going to wave that basket off, if that's significant to any.
Still in her hands, so they did wave it off, yep.
So 77-71, the official final. A good night for Sheldon. 30 points, but Ohio State drops it by 6. UCLA stays unbeaten, one of 15 unbeatens. Headed into the night, they get to 10-0. Coming up next on FS1, it's Heard for the Holidays. We thank you for watching from Columbus, this top 15 matchup. This is a ton of fun. For Christy Winter-Scott, our entire crew, Connor Onions saying goodnight. In a final, UCLA wins it by 6.